What's going on, guys? So I want to get right into this. So today I want to talk about something that comes up a lot, that I know that I always have had questions about it. And I know a lot of other people do. And there's videos out there about this, and I seem to see in all the videos about it, I seem to see like kind of the same method, some variations, but pretty much the same thing. And that's talking about, as you can see here, using the MPC software in your DAW. More specifically, how to get the track into your DAW. So I have a method for doing this that I think is the easiest way to do it, and it's pretty simple, and I'm sure a lot of other people know about this, but I actually have not seen a ton of videos out there that show this at all. I think this is like a feature that maybe like some people don't know, some people aren't aware of, but I'm here to get into that today, along with so I'm going to show you basically how to have the MPC software running in your DAW, and then how to get the audio from the MPC software into Logic or Ableton. This will work the same exact way with Logic, Ableton, whatever you're using, Pro Tools, doesn't matter. I've tried it. I've done this in Logic, I've done this in Ableton, I've done this in Pro Tools, I've done this in Studio One. I haven't tried it in FL Studio, but I'm sure it works. I could try it. I have FL Studio. I could, just to let everybody know. But anyways, regardless. So let's do this today in Logic right now. I could, I guess, get into Ableton if that would be helpful. Probably so. So first thing I want to do is discuss what I normally will see people do. Okay. So typically in Logic, I'll see people, hold on, let me do this. Okay, so let me just move this to the side. Typically what I see people do is they do it in the mixer. So what you end up doing is you have the mixer open here, right? And here's the MPC. So in order to get to this part, in case you don't know how to do this part, you're going to open up Logic and you're going to select your instrument right here, okay? You go here, you go into, as long as you have to have the MPC 2 software installed on your computer. I think this works with MPC Beats as well, which is the free version, but I have the regular MPC software that I'm using today. And when you go into this, you're going to want to go to the multi-output. There's 16 stereo tracks. So yeah, so you select that. I already have it selected. So you're going to have the mixer open here in Logic, right? So instrument 1 is selected here. This is the green, right? The MPC software. This is your stereo out, right? And this is your master. So if you want, so normally what you could do here is you could have this instrument channel here, and let me just grab this. Okay, so here's the MPC software. You could press play. Turn that down. All right, so you could press play, and you know, it's playing. The thing is though, we're just gonna hit record. So you see, it's not recording anything. It's just playing, right? So I guess that's all well and fine. But what if you want the audio, an actual audio file here, right? So the way I've seen it explained in other videos about this is basically what the method is that you're supposed to use is to have the MPC software loaded in Logic, and then what you do is this plus and minus sign here, you can add aux tracks. So every one of these auxiliaries is a stereo out on your MPC. So what I mean by that is when you have your output, okay, 1 and 2, here's all your stereo outs, right? Goes up to 32. So each one of these, you know, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, so on and so forth, right? So basically, the way it works is the MPC software is the first instrument track, which is stereo out 1 and 2. It's playing everything through that. So if you add to that 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, they all follow as you press this plus sign, right? And like I said, mine's going up to beyond 16 here. I don't know why I'm pointing at the screen. Sorry about that. But all right. So like I said, when you record, nothing happens. But the idea is that you would have your auxiliary tracks, and then you would put all your plugins, your mixing, and then you would do your mastering all in the mixer, and then you would bounce it, and then all those plugins and effects or whatever would apply themselves to your mix when you bounce it. But you're not working with an audio file, a waveform. So the easiest way, you know I want to have a waveform when I'm doing this. So I figured out a way to do this, and right here where my mouse is, it says export audio, right? So first, you're just gonna click it. That's it. You're gonna click it, and then it's gonna do that. So once it turns red, you just drag it right into here, guys. Now you have an audio track. This is audio track, track 2, right? So let's solo this. Well, first let's solo this, right? Okay, that's our whole mix playing at once, right? Let's solo this. Okay, so what you're hearing now is my first layer of drums. In this track I have multiple layers. I think I have maybe like 2 layers maybe. Layer your drums. It makes them fucking slap. It makes your drums punch. It gives you a unique sound. And if you're layering drums, you're never gonna have the same drum sound twice, unless you obviously do the same layer, but whatever. So that's my first layer right there. Okay, so let's go to I'm in controller mode right now, so I'm gonna go to track hold on, let me just take the info bar away here. Okay, I'm gonna go to track 3, right, which is another drum kit, as you can see here, right? So let's do the same thing again. Let's hit this button and drag it in, right? So now let's solo that. Okay, let me turn that down. It's a little loud, sorry guys. All right, so another drum track, right? So now we have both these tracks playing together, right? Hold on. All right, awesome, right? All right, now let's stop that. Okay, now I'm gonna go to track 4, which is my bass line. Okay, here it is, right? I just used the MPC bassline plugin. Do the same thing, right? Bam, drag it in. There it is. Let's solo it. Okay. Cool, right? Got it. Now we're gonna go to track 5 here. And this is an instance of the hype synth that I have, which was, I just used it as kind of like use it as like a pad, some background ambient sound. So it just sounds like this. Oh no, this was the arpeggio. I'm sorry guys. This was the arpeggio that I put in. So let's bring that down. Alright, so here's everything together so far. Alright, let's turn that down. Okay, cool, right? Next is track 6. Actually, wait a minute. Okay, track 1, which is my chords. So here it is, right, in the MPC software, right? So this is my chord progression I have. So we're going to do the same thing, guys. You see it right here, hitting that button, export audio, right? and we're just dragging it into the DAW, right in there to Logic, guys. So why don't we solo this? Right on. So now we can bring the other elements in. Right? And now, from here, guys, you can do whatever you want with this, right? So you can, say you want to, you know, you can, you know, if you want to keep looping it, if you want to, you know, arrange it however you want in the DAW, you're able to do so now. And now, on top of that, you have, let me pull this out here for a second and go to the mixer. We don't need this part open. All right, excuse me, go to the mixer here, and there's your audio tracks, right? And then you go here, audio track, and you can add whatever effects you want here now. So let's go to this, right? And solo that. All right, so here's our chord progression, right? Let's add, say we wanted to add like something, maybe like, I don't know, let's throw Shaper Box on here. All right, so we now have Shaper Box. Okay, so we can add, let's see, what do we want to do? Why don't we add, hold on, let's add this. Okay, so now we can, you know, alright, so, you know, whatever. Shaper Box. Crazy stuff in here. I mean, and there's also a ton of presets. There's some tape stop stuff in here. So, why don't we try this? Right? So you can do whatever you want with this. Guys, let me just tell you, this fucking plugin, Shaper Box 2, if you don't have it, it is a lot of fun. Like here, there's some like ducking stuff right here, like, right? Right. But, you know, whatever. This isn't a plugin review, but I do want to highly recommend Shaper Box 2. It's a shit ton of fun, right? All right. So then let's see. Here's our other audio track. Let's see. What's this one? This is a drum track. All right. So you can add a plugin to this. Let's see. What do we want to add? Why don't we add, you know, this is a good plugin right here. Hold on, where is it? Go to Sonics, guys. Here's another plugin I want to highly recommend is Oxford Inflator by Sonics. I think you know, this is a good plugin. I think it's really mainly used for the master channel, but whatever. So whatever, I'm just showing you guys this stuff for examples of, you know, basically how to bring this stuff into your software here, into the DAW. Basically, you're copy and pasting without you're not even copying, you're just pasting. You're literally pasting audio, okay? But there's a whole nother element to this, guys. It's not even done yet. It gets better. Say we want the MIDI from this arpeggio. Next to the copy audio button, there's a copy MIDI button. So you do the same thing, guys. Click it, it turns red. Drag it into the DAW again, right? Import tempo information. This is also a good way to get the tempo from the project to your DAW. So I'm going to import the tempo info because obviously I want this to be at the right tempo. It already was, so that's fine. Okay, so now we have the MIDI information for that arpeggio. So if we wanted to maybe layer that arpeggio with, you know, here it is with a piano, but if we wanted to do that, All right. So now we have that, guys. So, you know, you're not just stuck with the audio. You can bring the MIDI in too. And it's a very simple way to do it. Like it couldn't be easier. You know, say we wanted to add, let's see, we have that and we wanted to add a layer to that arpeggio. Maybe, let's see, what do we want to try here? Why don't we try a mallet? Okay, a soft mallet. Let's see what the soft mallet sounds like. Here's soft mallet. All right, that sounds kind of cool, right? So what if we wanted to do this? You know, give it a little more. Alright guys, so as you can see, this can end up being, why is that still playing? This could end up being extremely helpful when you're mixing in your DAW, when you're adding all the stuff from the MPC software. You know, the ability to add not only just the audio waveform but the MIDI is extremely helpful. So yeah, that's really what I wanted to show you guys today. Let's just open up Ableton real quick. Ableton's got a lot of good stuff when it comes to sound design. It's just like a really fun DAW for me to use. So I don't know, I really enjoy it. So let's just see here. Now in Ableton, you don't have to select the 32 ins and outs or whatever. It's just gonna automatically do it for you. So once you're in Ableton, like I said, it's the same exact thing. For the sake of this video being, I don't want to make it too long, let's just open up something. Okay, load. Okay, so we're just going to load this project in here that I have, right? Okay, here's sequence 1. Alright, so alright, so it's the same thing in Ableton, guys. You're gonna have to get your tempo info. And this is why I like highly recommend saving the BPM in the title of your okay, right. And then we're gonna insert audio tracks, right? So to do that, we just do that and that, right? So now we got audio tracks here. All right, let me just pull this to the side. Okay, so in Ableton, you would have audio track, right? So you go to your inputs, right? It's an external instrument here, right? So we go down to our selection. We have MPC selected, right? Now you're gonna go to auto, and then now you're gonna go down to here, and you can select the channels on your MPC, right? So it's the same thing like in Logic, guys. 3 and 4, 5 and 6. It goes all the way up to our 32 stereo outputs, right? So it's the same thing as well. 1 and 2 are used for the actual instrument plugin because it is playing the whole track through stereo output 1 and 2. That's because our MPC is outputting it through its first and second stereo output. So let's hit 3 and 4, right? Now track 1 here in my MPC, which is right here, where I'm gonna set that to 3 and 4 in the MPC. Okay, and if you're not sure what I'm talking about with that, guys, just it's right here, this part right here where it says output. You go to your stereo, and then here it is, 1 2 3 4 all the way up to 32. That correlates with what I just showed you in the audio track inputs, right? So we're gonna select 3 and 4, right? So now let's move this back to the side here. Okay, or actually we can put it up here. Okay, so now we have this audio track. We got to arm it because it's Ableton, and then we're going to hit auto for monitoring. And now when we press play, all right. Now when we press play, it's just going to be playing that first track, which is my sample, right? So now in the MPC, let's open that back up. All right, we'll go to track 2. Bam, track 2 is a drum kit right here, right? So you would do the same thing again. Go back down to the output to 3 and 4 here. You go to MPC, and then you go to 5 and 6, right? Output here, we're going to go to stereo out 5 and 6. Now if we solo this, hold on. Okay, so if we solo that 5 and 6, auto, oh, arm it. Okay, so now we have the drum part here. Okay, we can do this. So now it's playing the drum and the sample. All right, so let's add another element to this, right? MPC 7 and 8. Go to my next track, which is going to be track 3, right? Go down here, stereo output 7 and 8. Arm it, auto. Okay, now I still have one more, right? So we'll go external instrument, MPC 7 and 8. Now we're going to 9 and 10, right? So now we're going back to the MPC to this track 5, which is a 808, right? 9 and 10. Nine and 10, right? We're going here. MPC software. 7. Oh wait, no, I have the wrong one. All right. Arm it, solo it, auto, 808, right? Now we have all the elements together. Okay. All right, so now we have all these elements together, right? Now, the good thing about Ableton is if you want to record all this stuff, as long as all the tracks are armed, you can hit record. All right, and Ableton will record the actual waveforms of it for you. All right, but say you know, you don't want to do all this channel routing. You know, you don't want to do it this way. Like I said, guys, it works the same exact way, right? Copy audio. You can bring it right into it, right? So here's this. Let's bring this right here. Solo that. All right, there's the 808. There's the waveform of it. And that's coming straight from the MPC software. All right. So it's, you know, it's basically like I said, it's like copy and pasting without even copying. Okay, you're literally just dragging, and it does the same thing with the MIDI in Ableton. Ableton is really, really awesome for this. I think it's way easier. I mean, I like the fact that you're able to record when you do the channel routing like this over here. That you're able to record. I don't know why in Logic you can't do it, but I think it's cool to be able to do it in Ableton. Yeah, so Ableton also has really good instrument effects. Like their audio effects are awesome. Like on my master channel in Ableton, like I would just grab like this vinyl distortion plugin, right? There's like, you know, you can add so much cool stuff to this, right? Hold on. Alright, guys. But you get it, right? I hope I made that like simple and clear enough for you guys. If I didn't, leave a comment if what you don't understand about it, if I didn't make something clear. Also, if you guys think that the MPC software, I'm gonna say this much. I don't do this a lot. Bringing my MPC software into Ableton or Logic. Only reason I do it is if I want to use sounds from Ableton or Logic, or if there's like a plugin in Ableton, like an effect or something in Logic that I want to use. I think I should be doing it more, at least for like mixing and mastering, because for me, I mean, I don't do like a ton of mixing to my, I mean, I do like, I adjust my gain and I EQ all in the MPC, and I use the parametric EQ or the kill EQ. I use the Air Flavor Pro. You know, I do a lot of stuff in the box. I think I'm gonna start bringing stuff into the DAW to do like more mixing and mastering side of things, because I do light mixing, but I really don't do any mastering. The most mastering I do is like, basically I will just grab like, go to, you know, I'll use like Ozone 9, or I'll use, yeah, like, so I would just like grab this, put that on my master channel, and wait a minute, what am I have? What's going on here? Oh, Ozone Elements, my bad guys, sorry. So yeah, I'll put Ozone Elements, which is a mastering assistant. I use that. I don't know how to master really. I don't have much experience with it. So I do this, you know, and I can do this in the MPC software. So basically, leave a comment if you can think of, if there's something that a DAW can do that the MPC software is not able to. Leave a comment below and let me know why you would choose to bring your MPC beats into Ableton or Logic. If there's like something that you can't live without in Ableton or Logic or Pro Tools, you know, let me know what that is, and you know, I would like to know, because maybe it's because I don't do mastering and mixing that much that I'm not realizing that I need a DAW. But as for now, I feel like the MPC software kind of has like, you know, everything I need. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it for today. I hope this was helpful. Please, if this was helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos on the way. I got a bunch of stuff coming up with synthesizers and gear reviews. I got a bunch of stuff I want to show, and how to put some stuff together with the MPC hardware wise, and you know, a bunch of fun stuff coming up. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video guys. So peace the fuck out, y'all.